Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I don't know about you guys, but I am feeling this full moon Piscean energy. It is intense. I felt it last night, I feel it today. It feels very deep. My moon is in Cancer, so I think if you have a water sign in your placement, it may feel more exacerbated. I'm definitely feeling it. So I wanted to do a reading today on really understanding what it means to manifest abundance, and like when I have been doing these readings lately on the daily dose of abundance, what exactly does that mean, and what does that look like for you in your life, and how do you stand in a space of creating abundance for yourself, and what is it that you actually are manifesting when you set that intention out there. So are you making a request for some specific manifestation to occur? Or are you just standing in abundance and allowing the universe to bring towards you what it is that is for your best and highest good? And are you clear about what it is that you are manifesting? Because when you say things like I don't want, that's not, like when you come from that place, then you're actually resisting what can come to you. I don't want to have, I don't want to be broke. So that is suggesting that, there is some sort of financial turmoil there for you, and therefore you don't say, I want to have freedom financially. So it would be that what you want to manifest is, financial abundance and freedom in terms of your financial ability to take care of yourself. So what does that look like? What exactly is that manifestation look like? Are you living your mission? Are you doing work that is in alignment with what is going to bring that abundance into your life? If you do a job that you hate, if you do a job that you don't like, yes, it can provide you financial, if there is a financial gain in that transaction, it can help you sort of sustain in the life that you have, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's bringing in abundance. So what is it that you're trying to manifest, and what is the intention that you're coming from when you're in that space of manifesting? So what is the formula? What is the formula? That's where I'm going with this. So what specifically is it that you feel like your relationship to abundance is? So I want to pull some cards and actually do a little reading on this to see, what shows up for the collective around where we're at in terms of our conversation around abundance, and what does that bring towards us? How do we get in alignment with what it is that we are wanting, what we are manifesting? So I would say I want to have freedom. Freedom is my ultimate goal in life. Freedom, free to be me, free to have financial sustainability, and freedom to do the work that I love, freedom to have the relationships that fulfill me, just complete freedom. To me, that is the ultimate, for my own personal belief, that is the ultimate success. Freedom from oppression, freedom from all the things that encompass that philosophy. What is oppressing me? Freedom from not being able to speak my truth, to have what I need, to experience life in a space of ease and grace. So if that is what I want, freedom, what is my current relationship to abundance, and where am I at in actually manifesting that freedom? And how, if I'm not in the alignment energetically that's kind of pulling for me in that space, how do I get into that alignment? And what guidance does Spirit have for me what energy do I need to integrate in order to incorporate that alchemy? What am I grateful for, and what am I attracting by shifting this energy? So let's see where we go with this. What are you currently in alignment with in terms of your abundance? Or what is your relationship with abundance like? So, and what does that mean to you? Kind of ruminating on what exactly does that mean to you? How does that look? Where are we going with this? I'm using the Psychic Tarot. Love this deck. I haven't used this in a while. It's like an old friend. Always brings me insight. So, oh, I forgot to say hi, everybody. My name's Adrienne. This is my channel, Evolve Humanity. If you like the content that I'm creating, please like, share, subscribe. I'm new to this. I'm practicing. I'm practicing my presence on YouTube. I've been reading tarot for 25 years. Bug's happy I'm practicing. You happy I'm practicing? You're so silly. All right, you guys, let's see where we go with this. That's enough shuffling. Okay. My current relationship with abundance. Solar plexus. Bringing it to you, baby. Bringing it to you. How do I get into the alignment? Patience, the waiting game. What guidance does Spirit have for me? Conflict. Current blessings I need to be grateful for. You don't see them. Shadow side. What am I attracting by shifting this energy? Okay, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. So, let's see. Really tapping into the collective energy with this. We're all sort of bringing it. We're all sort of in this space of like, when I think of my solar plexus, I'm like, what is coming into me right now through the collective energy? So I think we're all sort of connecting into what is this abundance? What does this look like in terms of how we're evolving, how we're leveling up, how we're experiencing the 5D. How we're collaboratively, energetically working together. There's this sort of idea that we have had around how we share resources, how we share the pie, if you will. There's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody to have everything that they need. It's not I get some and you don't. It's not I get more abundance and you don't get more abundance. It's all about how we experience what abundance is and the energy that we align ourselves with in that space, and how we invite that into our energetic fields, and how we are grounded in this manifestation on the earth plane. We're looking out like the Two of Wands. I think of the Two of Wands and I think we're like looking, we're manifesting. We're manifesting it. We're bringing it towards us. So how to get yourself into the alignment of abundance is actually looking at what is the world look like to you? What is it? How do you want the world to look to you? How do you want your world to be? And grounded in tangible in a tangible plane. Doesn't necessarily have to it doesn't have to necessarily be altogether that concrete, but you can see it. You can see what it is. You can kind of see in your mind's eye what it is that you want to create for yourself, and be willing to be patient. Be willing to continue to stay in that energetic field, even if you feel overcome by that, even if you feel like, is this ever going to happen? Being able to be in the uncertainty of it, being able to be patient and allow what's come to you at the time that it's supposed to come to you. Because I think what Spirit is saying is you have been overwhelmed by not being aware of what it is that you wanted to create. So sometimes when we can get into that space, the feeling of defeat or overwhelm or conflict of not knowing what we're doing, what direction we're going in, can leave us in a space of resignation and just sort of being like, whatever, I have no control, I can't do anything. And I mean, there's something to be said about surrender for sure. But what I think Spirit is saying is that rather than being resigned, continue to stand in the space of manifestation. Keep standing in the space of seeing the bigger picture and being patient for it to naturally come together in the alchemy. And trust is the most, valuable thing you can do for yourself in terms of what it is that you're bringing towards you. Trust that it's coming. I recently was talking to a friend of mine about how I have had doubts and insecurities about not knowing what was going to happen. And when I stood in the space of doubt and insecurity, all I kept getting was more doubt and insecurity about what was going to happen. And what I kept manifesting was uncertainty and like, I don't think this is going to work. I don't see the future in this. I don't know what the intention of this is. And what I kept getting was that. And so she said, what is it that's keeping you from moving out of that space? And I got really clear that it was trust. And so then the next thought that I had and I created for myself was an exercise where I was like, I'm going to try something completely not that, which was to actually trust everything. I was like, I'm going to just trust everything that happens. Everything that happens, I'm going to trust that the universe is bringing this to me to teach me how to get in the vibrational frequency that's going to bring to me the abundance that I have been manifesting. And trust that it might not look like the way that I think that I want it to look, but to just trust everything and to know that everything is here to help me. Everything that is happening is here to teach me something. And that the lesson is an imperative piece of this process of trusting so that the abundance can just flow to me. So trust that if this relationship that I wanted to create for myself, that I was convinced was the thing that I needed to do, trust that maybe that wasn't the thing. Maybe that wasn't it. And maybe that the reason that it's happening in this particular way is for me to actually see that I need to trust that maybe this isn't it. I need to trust that the way that this is happening is so that it's going to teach me that what I actually want is something not that. That what I want is this. And maybe, I had this business and things just kept taking me back to the same place, which were making me bump my head on the wall constantly. This isn't working. This isn't working. This isn't working. Why isn't this working? Why is it? Because I don't trust that this is what I should be doing. I don't know if I kept going, is this really what I should be doing? Is this really what I should be doing? Is this really what I should be doing? And I kept getting this experience where it wasn't working. I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied. I enjoyed it. I learned. There were lessons that were so incredibly powerful. But I kept finding myself like questioning, constantly questioning the validity of it. And so rather than trusting that, this isn't it. This is just a point in time. This is what I'm doing right now. This is the lesson I'm working through right now. And as a result of like being able to just trust that the messages that the Spirit is bringing to me is that this is just the launch pad to what's next. This isn't the end all be all. This experience is just this moment in time that's bringing me into the vibration of what's actually pulling me towards my mission. And I had to go through the process in order to get there. And I had to trust the Spirit was leading me through this process for the intentionality of bringing me to what was actually for my best and highest good. So being grateful for the lesson but not being able to see it was the challenge, not being able to see it. So oftentimes we don't know what we're actually learning because we can't see it. We're in it. We can't see the forest from the trees. And so we're like, we just constantly like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like this mantra of not knowing can further exacerbate that feeling of defeat. So really just moving into a space of trusting you don't have to know everything. You can see it in your eye. You can see what you want to manifest. You can believe you're moving in that direction. You can trust that Spirit has your best intentions and your highest good as the intention of the energy that it's bringing towards you. And that you might not know, you might not see it. It might not be completely illuminated yet. But if you can stand in that, in the unknown, and trust everything, that's coming towards you, it's going to happen really fast. Accelerated motion. It's going to happen so fast. You're going to be like, what in the actual fuck just happened? Oh my God. Oh my God. So by shifting from not trying to control things, not trying to, because I'm a planner. I studied, I did a lot of strategic planning in my career. I use that sort of model, and it's really important when you're doing business development and things of that nature. But when it comes to your life, not the same thing. When it comes to actually planning life, you can have ideas. You can say, I want it to go this way. But one of the things that I'm forever saying to myself, it never works out the way that I planned. It never does. It never does. I never see that what I think I'm going to plan to do works out the way that I think I'm going to plan to do it. What it does do, though, is work out the way that it's supposed to. And looking back at it, looking back on my life, I'm starting to see how there was this sort of divine, there was just a blueprint that was already in existence. And yes, there is free will. We're on this earth plane, which has free will, which there's no way of ever knowing how things are ever going to work out. You can have an idea, but then there's this 3D free will, throws everything off. But if you can keep trusting and standing in that high vibration of being patient and not being overwhelmed by the feelings of defeat, or when you feel completely knocked down and unable to see what exactly is the purpose of all of this, if you can just trust that there is a bigger divine plan that you don't necessarily see right now, and you stand in that feeling of trusting that it's coming, you're pulling it towards you by being in the space of, I trust that I'm creating, I know I'm bringing joy. I am joy. I live my life with joy. I know I am freedom. I live my life with freedom. I know I am, love, because I love and I have compassion, and I don't harbor in my anger and my resentment. I'm allowing Spirit to teach me things so that I can continue to level up and receive and be in a space of acceptance and abundance and patience and trust. As long as I can stand in that powerful space, I will continue to manifest that powerful abundance that Spirit wants to give me. And then I can share it. I can share it with you. I can share it with the people in my life. I can continue to cultivate that high vibrational frequency so that I am contributing that to the greater good of humanity, so that I am being a contribution on a higher frequency, so that we're all pulling in that higher frequency. I think for me, that's so important, that we all encourage each other to continue to vibrate in that frequency, to let go of our anger and resentment, to trust the process, to believe that people have the best intentions, and oftentimes they get caught up in karmic free falls, or they get caught up in their own earth plane bullshit, and it keeps them from actually continuing to vibrate and be pulled forward. But it doesn't mean that's not what they want. It doesn't mean that that's not what they're not capable of. It just means that that's where they're at right now in this point in time. And if I can continue to believe and have compassion for folks, that I will just inadvertently pull them into a higher frequency by just believing that we're all one collective on a spectrum of frequency, and we're all being pulled toward a higher vibrational frequency, so that we can be in a so we can harmonically integrate. All right, you guys, so I hope this was helpful. So by shifting the way that you experience, abundance and you believe in how you experience it, is what is going to bring it towards you. So stand in your power, be patient, know that Spirit has your best intentions in play. Trust that not knowing it's okay to not know, but to continue to stand in your high vibrational frequency is what's going to continue to bring that frequency to you at an accelerated rate. So all that being said, I hope everybody doesn't get too bogged down by this Pisces full moon energy. I know that I was. I feel like I'm working through it. I appreciate you guys watching my video. I hope you have a great day. I hope this resonated. I hope there was a message in it for you. I wish you well. I'll see you soon. Ciao.